Heide. Anne is the author of 2 chapbooks, Specimens, and Residuum Against. Her work has appeared in various journals, including New American Writing, Notre Dame Review, New Orleans Review, and Court Green. Please welcome Anne Heide.
So, James and I have really similar interests in terms of the way that we can witness as someone who has not physically witnessed an event, which sometimes makes for slightly morbid readings. So, what I'm going to be reading from is a new project that attempts to look at the way that we can witness without witnessing in order to become a secondary witness by placing myself in events that have occurred in my lifetime but I have not been party to. So I started on the day I was born, on October 19th, 1983, and went day by day through newspaper articles. I would select one and then insert myself and another into that text. So that's what I'm going to be reading from. And they are sequential, but I chose to read, like I took a few pieces out, so it's going to sort of jump around.
Not the whole story of your life. Right?
No, it's not the story. No, I was not present at any of these things. October 21st, 1983. We were in your parents' hotel room when I slipped my hand towards your blouse. And I was older than you, and you found me strange. October 23rd, 1983. You unloaded bricks and wood shelves from your car, building a series of elaborate shelves. The next morning, you paid all the bills. You left behind your car and a closet full of clothes and a checkbook, balance, and a note to me about the December telephone bill. I lowered the blinds of the house and for much of the next 2 years just sat at the desk. October 24th, 1983. This morning they found you, half sticking out from a drain pipe in Fairmount Park, your head and shoulders protruding. I had placed rocks into the pipe to keep you from washing through it and into a stream nearby. October 26, 1983. I heard you crying, and so I put you in the drawer where you usually sleep. I put the pillow in, I closed it, and then wandered around the house and waited. October 31st, 1983. You were unable to walk or turn over in bed, and you could only hold barely anything in your hands. You gave me some money to buy some wild Irish rose wine for you, and I came back and got into bed with you. I returned to your apartment every day. November 4th, 1983. I took a pack of matches out of a cigarette machine and started flicking them around. Then I threw a pack of matches on you as you slept on a doorstep. The fire sent flames 5 feet up, and 2 passing motorists at first thought you were a trash can burning. November 5th, 1983. You had recently given birth, and I wandered too near to you while you were in the backyard. You were defensive, and I came too close. This is one of the harder pieces for me. November 11th, 1983. You were found in a citrus grove ditch, face down in a foot of water, nude from the waist down, Gloria Vanderbilt jeans floating nearby, and you had been suffocated. That was your nature. You were a beautiful child. November 16th, 1983. I saw you wandering around a truck stop. You had escaped last week after watching him wrap me in a black bag or blanket or something and drop it into the water. November 19th, 1983. You opened the front door to see me, to to speak with me. I was carrying a package I wanted to sell you. I took your glasses off of your face, put you in a small car, and drove away, leaving the door of your house standing open. I took you to a garage apartment of a 2-story house. You couldn't see exactly without your glasses. Besides, I never turned on the lights. I took perfect care of you. I asked what medicine you needed, and I bought it for you. I bought you insulin. Then you were found wandering. See, I had given you a quarter and told you to call home. November 20th, 1983. The 2 bird hunters were horse riding at the fringe of the Everglades, and they found you. You were tall and muscular with big, broad shoulders. You were clean-shaven with light brown hair. You wore a long-sleeved red shirt, brown corduroy trousers, and Nike sneakers. Your pockets were empty. These 2 bird hunters kept riding. Then they found me in a little clearing that looks like it's used to dump trash. I wore white work slacks and white sneaker-style leather shoes, the type often worn by hospital or kitchen employees. I wore a long-sleeve multicolored ski sweater. My fingernails were polished and cared for. November 28th, 1983. You were laying in a marshy field face down, submerged to your ears in the rich muck. At the back of your head, they could see the white of your cerebellum, naked. In your pocket, they found a white handkerchief and a small black comb. Your other pocket was empty and the lighting was turned out. See, I was walking ahead of you, and it was very dark. You slipped down and lost your shoe in the mud, and I came back and you were sitting on the ground. And after, what scared me most was the actual preparations, shaving my head and legs, putting jelly there to increase the conductivity of the electricity, cramming cotton up my nose and mouth to catch the blood. December 8th, 1983. You brought home a copy of the newspaper after you had eaten an apple I had been saving for lunch. You hadn't spent the quarter to buy me more food, and I was angry. You began to pack your suitcase, to leave me. I followed you. We were found together in the upstairs bedroom of our yellow stucco townhouse. Nobody was surprised, to be honest. We were very strange. We were just very strange people. December 11th, 1983. You were in front of the television and blocking my view, and I asked you to move, and you didn't. So I struck you, and you began to have trouble breathing, and I pounded on your chest to get it to start again, and it didn't. December 12th, 1983. We were playing in the canyon at Tierra Santa with an old artillery shell, playing games like building forts and playing soldier. And you threw it to me, the old artillery shell. And I heard the noise, like almost a whisper. December 16th, 1983. You were lying in bed Sunday night in your blue flannel pajamas. Lights burned on the ground floor, shaping silhouettes in the 2 front windows and the front door, where the Christmas wreaths were. I took your car and drove you to the lake, where it was wet and sandy. When your friends called, I said you probably went out shopping or to look at some Christmas lights or something. December 20th, 1983. Just after noon, I stood at the bridge and pushed you. I knew it wouldn't hurt you. You grabbed onto a rail, and as you tried to hold on, I pushed your hands loose. I said something about the water and God and you, see that I was taking you back to God with me. December 26th, 1983. You found me Sunday while playing near the storage shed. I was draped across a broken window. I was wearing a red sweater with a pink blouse and house slippers. My pants were just next to me. You had just finished celebrating Christmas and everything was so peaceful. You had no idea who put the terrible thing behind your house. December 30th, 1983. You couldn't hear well, and you could barely read and write. You lived alone, and you were very cold, and it was winter, and we had just forgotten to help you. Thank you.